Just at the beginning of the clean and jerk, and here is this very, very interesting young 16-year-old Beruzi, I should say, for Iran, Sayad. Good effort in the first half, 110, 115 kilos achieved in the snatch, couldn't quite manage 117. This his opening clean and jerk effort. So, solid opener, David.
Good technician. Very nice. He's still got some filling out to do. I don't think we'll see his best until he moves up another couple of weight classes.
I think the important thing at this stage, David, is how he's managed, how he's brought along. All too easy to rush, to walk before he's got to walk before he can run. He's got time on his side, but the temptation to go too quickly is the way to get injured, and he needs to keep away from injuries. Gives himself a total of 245.
Yes, and because he's got quite a wide pulling stance, the gnarling on the bar has been taking the skin off of his shins,
which is painful. If you've ever banged your shin on the edge of a bed leg and scraped the skin off, you'll know that sort of horrible burning feeling and the bruise that comes out. This is Eric Bonnell for France. Steve Cannon's now been promoted out of the back room onto the main floor.
Well, that gives you an idea of how tiny these guys are. Steve Cannon is about the same height as me. He's about 5'8", and he absolutely towers over these men. And when you consider that they're lifting, well, this is 135, which is 297 pounds for those of you that still work in old money.
Yeah, and again, worth emphasising, well over double body weight.
This weightlifting a great power sport. A lot of athletes use the clean and jerk and the snatch as part of their training to develop extra speed strength.
So 246 for Bonnell. At least guarantees himself a total. If I take you back to the European Union Championships of 2000, his real heyday, a personal best of 265 is total 5 years ago. Now Sergio Rada, one of the men, well, I would say the man who's least impressed so far this evening. The two Colombians in the competition, his teammates, the Pan American champion, but Rada, well, to be honest, not on fire. Well, that is a little better.
Yes, he's definitely stronger in this discipline than the snatch. So the bar now at 136 kilos.
And just a kilo increase here for Beruzi. As you said, David, you can edge to what you believe is your limit. But
136. So we're about a pound under the 300-pound mark now for this 16-year-old who weighs under 9 stone. So gives you an idea of the kind of strength to weight ratio.
Well, this is the one he really thinks he can get. He's been in this part of the world before. 137 kilos is his personal best, and 136 he's got. So now he's got one lift, David, the one that he dreams of doing at this particular moment. Will it be 137? Might it be 138 or even 140?
I think he's got another 2 kilos in him, but he can kind of do what he wants, because he's in that situation. He's in that sort of situation where he knows he's not going to win any medals today. It's all about just trying to improve on his personal best and gain valuable experience for future world championships, of which he's got many.
Yeah, just to put things in perspective, as a 16-year-old, the junior world record for clean and jerk is 165 kilos.
Well, that's for the under 20s though, so he's got 4 years to
get up there. Yeah. Moldavia's Igor Gabrusha now out to take his first clean and jerk. A modest 112 kilos in the snatch phase, and he only got 1 out of 3. And he could be going down a very similar road.
Yes, he's not having the best day today, is Igor.
Well, the travel of the bar wasn't really that smooth or helpful.
Yes, not very convincing overhead. Short split, hips not underneath the bar, pushing the bar out in front. And that says it all, I think.
Well, I think probably you're struggling to find a plus amongst all those minuses. So not good, not a good start. You get that sort of sense. Come on, you've travelled all this way and you're here now, and what's going on? Plenty of time, best part of 45 seconds still remaining. Doesn't bother with any chalk, straight onto the platform. But has he the strength? Is his mind really totally zoned in on how to lift this bar? Well, that was a better clean.
So he's got a total. Oh, but he dropped the bar there. And he got a good lift. See, this is...
Well, just explain the rule, David, for anybody who doesn't know.
Well, the rule is that you have to keep your hands on the bar until it goes past the hips. And he just well, let's watch it again. I'm sure he just dropped that. Let's watch, let's confirm it. Yeah, just dropped it. Dropped it.
So that should have been cancelled.
So the jury will be should be called up for that. That should have been a no lift. We saw that clearly. Very bad refereeing. I mean, something so basic as that as well. Very, very basic.
Yeah, if you're going to have rules, then you've got to adjudicate according to the rules. All of these referees are qualified. They've all got passports and examinations, and they all have to present their credentials.
I can't believe that all 3 of them missed it. Maybe one of them would have missed it, but I can't believe that all 3 of them missed it. And this, after all, this isn't a divisional championship. This is a world championships.
Well, whether it's a divisional championships or not, I mean, it's not a question of that. It's a question of the fact that the refereeing should be according to the rules. Now, we might disagree with some of the rules about the press outs and things like that, but whilst they're in place and whilst the rules are the rules, then the 3 people who are sitting in the centre and on either side That's what they should be doing. And the jury, they're there, and they now only need a majority. They don't need they don't need to be unanimous to overrule what they consider to be an incorrect decision. So perhaps they were sleeping as well.
That's the first time we've seen that today. That's a technique used by the Bulgarians. Clean the weight with the hands close, then take the hands out so that you don't have to chuck the bar quite so high.
140 kilograms
But neither of the Colombians really performing at their absolute best at the moment.
So the hands come out.
Placez vitesse sur l'épaule haut.
Eric Bonnell, 140 kilos on the bar.
Placez avec les cannes. Allez, allez.
5 kilo increase, well done. Takes him to 251. Certainly looking, there's a great shot there, because there you were talking about the different stature and the height, and there you can really see how tiny these guys are. Peruzzi out for his third and final attempt.
Yes, so he's decided to go to 140, go for a new personal best, and why not?
Absolutely. So this is for a total of 255. Yeah.
And 5 out of 6, which would be great on a world stage at this age.
And certainly a man to keep an eye on. Be interesting to track his progress. Good clean. Determination is there, as well as the strength, and he will not be denied. That is 5 out of 6, 255, an excellent senior world championship debut.
And for my money, that was the best of the 3 lifts. So really got it together. ...140 kilos, 308 pounds.
So 3 kilos up on what he achieved in Dubai in the end of September in the Asian Championships, when he clean and jerked 137, finished on 247. So he's improved that to 255. So making good progress. So now Grabusha.
Yes, this man really holding on by the skin of his teeth, really. I mean, the last lift was a definite no lift, but he's been given the opportunity to go on.
Well, that certainly was much better. Well, that was never going to be good anyway.
Oh, his coach is gone. So an awful day for him.
Yeah, left on 249. And that is only 2 out of 6. And his sports ministry may have a few questions for him when he returns home. So the Pan American champion leading the way at the moment, ahead of Eric Bonnell and Peruzzi. Just having a look at the body weights, 55.84. So Eric Bonnell, yeah, that would be just about right in terms of body weight ranking, but early days. Now Sergio Rada. better in the clean and jerk than he certainly was in the snatch. And again, this is a interesting increase, 6 kilos under the old.
He's not going to win the he's not going to win the championship. So he's got a lift on the board. Why not go for a big clean and jerk?
But it's interesting how the new rule is changing things, David. It would have been only 5.
That's right.
But he had the option now under the new rule to go 6.
Well, it would have been 5 or 7.5 or 10. That's right.
Doesn't matter because he didn't make it.
I can see where he's coming from, though. He's got a total, so now he's trying to.
Well, it's damage repair, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, he's trying to do something good on the clean and jerk.
It's putting some respectability into the overall performance, but unfortunately, it's not happening for him.
I actually think he can do that.
Well, he's going to have one more attempt at it.
But in the meantime, his teammate's going to take the stage.
I think this is quite interesting because I wasn't at all convinced about this 140 which he got. It was a good lift, but I'm interested to see where he can go with this now.
So the hands will come out. Very good.
Well, overhead, he's certainly got the strength, but the first phase,
it's that standing up from the low position. He's obviously got one leg longer than the other. If you watch as he stands up, he twists as he stands. Really has to work, but gets the payoff.
Well, 2 good clean and jerks, now 142, so this would take him to 253 as a total. And that's much better than he did in Sofia earlier in the season when he only totaled up 247.5, so a much better day for Eric Bonnell, still proving that he can be competitive with the best. 31 years of age, maybe thinks that he's got one more Olympic appearance in him.
Stop the clock, please. Loaders. Stop, please. Yes. Loaders 143 kilos.
So Eric can now relax and after tonight enjoy the delights of Doha.
From Colombian.
The C off to your right hand side. So body weight at the moment dictating the places, but only half the field have got going.
So a private Colombian battle going on here. I had a feeling he was going to jump an extra kilo to try and go ahead of his teammate.
Well, this is 143.
Yep.
Very quick. Not mucking around.
Well, I said I thought he could do the 42, and he did the 43. So he's winning the private battle at the moment.
Yeah, because that's a 7 kilo increase from his first clean and jerk, which is 253 total. Which incidentally is the same as Eric Bonnell, but Rada, who weighed in at 55.85, Bonnell at 55.91, so out of the fire, a higher placing for the Colombian. And that's the first smile you've seen from him all evening. The snatch was not enjoyable. The clean and jerk at the end of the day, much better. So now punch and counter punch. It's Castro to try and respond with a 3 kilo increase to 145.
So it's just a question of whether he can stand up from that low squat position in the clean.
This is for a total of 260. Well, history tells us that once he gets to this point, David, game on. So he gets his 260, goes ahead of everybody else who's started, but still, of course, Lee from Korea, Wang and Yang from China, Taipei, and Lee and Wu from China to start.
Point in favor. 4, 3, 2.
So the opening clean and jerk attempt now for Lee of Korea, already with a bronze medal from the snatch phase, but after the bigger prize, a major championship medal.
So 150 puts him on 275.
And now it'll get interesting, David, because 151 I've got as his PB. He's only 19 years of age, this young man. So how much more can he find, I wonder? Did that 151 in May, so there's been plenty of time. What are we going to say? 157, 158?
Well, he's one of those characters you never know. I mean, you saw what he's obviously got a good strength of mind. You saw what happened in the snatch.
And here's Yang, the lower rank, sorry, Wang, I should say, the higher ranked of the two Taipei lifters. Silver medal position at the halfway stage with 125 kilos. He's 2 kilos behind Li Zheng of China. And again, 150.
150. Not quite as convincing, but it puts him on 270.
And interestingly enough, Wang Wan, he had posted 155 as an opener, so maybe things in the warm-up room haven't gone quite so well. Li Zheng also posted 150, Yang 150, and Wu Meijin 155. So we're at that really interesting stage now. Here's Yang. No, it's not Yang. It's Zheng.
Yes, so the leader after the snatch. Also taking 150, so
yep,
this would put him on 277 and would give him the lead.
Yeah. He's also got a body weight advantage over Wang as well, so at the moment all he's got to do is keep pace with everything. Arguably the man who's most interesting, David, is Wu, the defending champion, only 122, 5 kilos down from his teammate, but has posted an opening clean and jerk of 155. Now if he can do that, that could bring him right back into this competition. So the bar is definitely going up.
Votes in favour.
So who's your money on?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, I think I'd like to hedge my bets until I see Wu take the clean and jerk. I think Li Zheng, you know, he's got the kilos on the board. That was a good opening clean and jerk. I suppose you'd have to give him the edge at the moment because the score's there. And of course he is carrying a 5 kilo advantage over his teammate, and he has got lighter body weight.
Well, I think Hoon is dangerous.
So this is a 3 kilo increase here for Wang. So this is for 278. It really has made weightlifting a lot more tight and exciting now when you get to this stage of the competition.
That's good.
It is good because it's 5 out of 5. An unblemished record this evening.
No, he missed a snatch of 126.
So he did. So 4 out of 5. But that's still pretty good at the moment.
Oh, it's still wide open.
Now he's got to sit and wait. He's going to have that one last lift. So Li Zheng 154, and remember Wu due to come in at 155.
Yes, this is going to tell the story. I wasn't overly convinced of this 150. Going to work for that clean now. Well, that's a disaster.
Well, it's certainly a setback because this is the moment where that 5 kilo advantage, and that's 5 kilos over Wu. Remember, it's only 2 kilos over Wang. So at the moment he's got 277 and Wang's got 278, and
Hoon has got 275.
yeah, but I mean at the moment it's Wang who's in the lead by a kilo. So no pressure.
Well, he's probably going to take that again, which means he's going to just have to sit back and let his teammate play all 3. He's got 3 cards to play, his teammate then.
Well, he needs this 4 kilos badly.
Yes, he's really struggling in that first phase.
Yeah, it's taking too much out of him.
Yeah, that wasn't good. And the other problem is, of course, he's got to follow himself. Yeah, you know, it's not on a clean and jerk. It's nice to have a bit longer break. But again, you see that's tactics of the other athletes. A lot of the other athletes might have even increased a kilo to make him go out again. It's all part of the.
And again, that's a different thought, isn't it? Well, once upon a time, when you had to increase by 2.5 kilos, you might have wondered whether that was the right thing to do. Now it's only a kilo. You can take that risk more often. So you can turn the screw. Oh, he's having a bad time. Let's make it worse for him.
Well, I don't know what's happening. Somebody's obviously they've obviously decided to put him up.
Well, how clever is this going to be? On the evidence of what we just saw.
So they've worked the tactics out.
155 kilos on the bar.
Korea.
And this, well, this is interesting.
So Hoon. I think Hoon's doing the right thing.
Well, hang on a second. Hoon's going for 155.
On his second.
On his second, and now Wu Meijin was supposed to come in on 155.
He's obviously coming in at more. Must be coming in at least 156.
Unless there's something untoward which has happened, which we haven't seen, but we've had no reports from the back room of any problems with Wu.
So this would be a personal best, and it would be exactly the total that he posted, 280. So 4 kilos more than his previous best. This will put him right in the frame. Oh, well, look at that.
Man is really growing in confidence. And that's 280.
Well, by my calculation, that puts him in the lead.
It certainly does, because Wang has got 278, so he's in the lead by 2 kilos at the moment.
And remember that Wu Meijin only snatched 122, so he's got the 3 kilos to make up.
Yeah.
He did weigh in lighter, so it's only the 3 kilos he's got to make up.
Yeah.
So at the moment he already needs 158 to go into the lead. So Hoon's in a good position, but he's got to really play his cards really smartly now.
So this is Yang for 155, second attempt.
That's right, snatched 120, now taking 155, so this will put him on 275.
It will indeed, but probably the damage in his case was done in the snatch. He's just too far off the pace to get into this for overall honours, or at least overall gold. He needs to stand still.
That was a good fight.
Yeah,
good fight that.
He's got the 275 now. That he's not going to get the gold, David, but he might still have a shout of an overall medal. Well, I'm mystified, because I'm very concerned that we haven't had any word about Wu, because I would have thought he would have come out by now, and I'm beginning to think there's something. We haven't seen him in the back room. I'm beginning to think that there may be something wrong here, David, because
so this is the gamble.
Li Zheng, 155.
Has to do this to go back into the lead. This is the last lift. This is last card to play. So he's taken a gamble now. Must do this. Has to do this lift.
Well, all credit to him for driving up and getting on his shoulders. Now, can he chuck this over his head? 155 kilos. No, he can't. And the gamble, I'm afraid, has not paid off, and he's left on 277. So we know that the Korean...
So that's one scalp that Hoon has taken.
And he's still, remember, got 1 lift to come. So he really is in the driving position. The 19-year-old...
Well, I think as soon as he went up in my estimations, as soon as he snatched that 125 after the failure on 123, and then his confidence seemed to grow at that point, didn't it? So,
well, 156.
But this isn't enough to put him into the. This is only enough to put him into the lead on the clean and jerk. Doesn't put him in the overall lead.
No, it takes him up to, but it does take him up to 278. Takes him up to within 2 kilos of
takes him into the silver medal position.
Yeah,
gives him, which is sensible. Then he's got 2 lifts to try and fight for gold, whereas Hoon has only got 1 lift to hang on to it.
But he needs this first one badly. Big split, but he's got it. So 278.
So the question now is, what is Hoon going to take? Hoon has got, his coaches have got to look at this man and decide how much more he can lift.
Well, remember, you got Wang on 278, you've got Yang on 275, you've got Zheng out of it at 277, you've got Lee at the moment on 280. So the Korean's got the score on the board.
Hoon is ahead, but this man's got 2 lifts to come, whereas Hoon has only got 1. So it's going to be a tactical thing now.
Yeah, Lee Yong-hoon.
1-0.
Having said that, we shouldn't write this man off.
Yeah, 156. That's
This will give him 281, so this would put him into the lead. So this to go into the overall lead.
And he's lighter than Lee Yong-hoon. We happy with that?
Well, they'll probably get it with these referees. They're very kind.
Yeah.
So the lead has changed again. So it's quite an exciting finish, isn't it? Still not sure who's going to win. It could still be any one of 3 athletes.
So Lee Yong-hoon of Korea on 280, just surpassed now by Wang Xinquan of Taipei, who's gone 281. But still, of course, Wu Meijin, who's got 278 with 2 to go. And Yang still out there. He's got 1, the other Taipei lifter, who's at the moment on 275. So he's surely got to be the next man to lift.
Well, there's going to be a lot of tactics going on now. There'll be some mind games.
Well, this is the crucial stage. 4 lifts to go in the championship. That's the situation in the clean and jerk.
5 lifts to go.
5 lifts, but apologies.
I think the significant thing is that Wu has got 2 cards to play. So the others have got to kind of...
he needs to get Lee to play his final card. And then, if he can, with 2 lifts remaining, do what is necessary.
Do what's necessary on the second.
Yeah.
And now we go for 156 kilograms again.
So 156. So Yang has put the bar, well, he's going for 156, so this would only take him to 276, so not really a player.
Looking for clean and jerk medals, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes, that 120 snatch was only getting 120s has left him needing, really.
Just shows you, doesn't it? You know, just 2 or 3 kilos more in the snatch, and he'd have been in there, certainly with a chance of an overall medal, but who knows? This might yet earn him a bronze in the clean and jerk, if the others fail. But unfortunately not to be, so he ends on 275. There were 4, now there are only 3 left. Wang of Taipei, Wu of China, Lee of Korea. Well, I guess your money's still on the Korean, isn't it?
I just saw something in him. He just I don't know. He just seemed to have the, he just seemed to get confident all of a sudden, and I don't see the same confidence in the others. Having said that, he's behind now.
So we will leave as soon as possible. So we will not stay for the medal ceremony because of the skeleton live just after ours.
So Wang it is, Last attempt.
That was the best lift he's done for my money.
Absolutely.
7, which he needs now to go back into the lead.
Over Wang.
This will give him 282. And would leave Wu needing 160. So this is, you know, and having 2 attempts to do it. So it'd be great if he gets this, because then it puts the pressure right back on the Chinaman.
And Wu, the defending champion, who has a personal best of 165, but only clean and jerk 157.5 in the Olympics.
Oh, what a shame.
Career for a while, certainly in these lighter weight categories. So it's all down to Mr. Wu Meijin, defending champion, world champion in Warsaw in 2002, world champion in Vancouver in 2003. So this is it to retain his title, 158.
So within him, best of 165, so this is, he should be capable of this.
This takes him right on to, what was it, 270? No,
270.
270, yeah.
No.
So what am I talking about?
290.
290.
Yeah. No, 280.
280.
Doesn't actually take him to the lead.
No. So
This is a miscalculation.
Well, it's a mislift.
I'm just wondering why he would take 158. So
Yeah, would have only been 280. Or maybe this was the concern. He knew that he was, in his present condition today, right near his limit.
But he needs to do 282. He needs 160 if he's going to win.
Yeah.
So is he going for the silver, or is he going to go 160 and take gold?
To 160, I mean, what's the point? You have to go for the 160, wouldn't you?
Well, he's clearly capable of 160.
I mean, the only
well, it'll be the world champion on the clean and jerk.
he's not been the lifter so far this season, but he has in previous years. But no, it's not going to happen. Bronze is the best he can hope for in the overall ranking, and that's where the defending champion will be when they come to give out the medals. So the title goes to Taipei in the shape and form of Wang Xinhuen, who you saw just moments ago backstage giving the thumbs up, confident that he'd done enough. And in fact, to be fair to him, just that one failure in the snatch.
No, 2 failures.
2 failures, one in the snatch.
Failed the snatch, failed the clean jerk, then came back with that 156 to go back into the lead on that 282, which has proved very beneficial. Yeah.
So the title going to Taipei. And it's not Wu. And something of a shell-shock look about the Chinese squad there. They had 2 cards. I think they were pretty confident that one of them would have been good enough to win on the night, but Li Zhang, 2 failures in the clean and jerk, left down on 277 and out of the overall medals. The 156 that he's got, giving him the gold medal in the clean and jerk by virtue of body weight. With Wang, Wu who weighed in at 55.65, Wang who weighed in at 55. Well, I don't even understand that, because Wang weighed in, according to my list, at 55.57. which means that surely Wang, with the lighter body weight, would take the gold in the clean and jerk. So,
well, that was what Wu was doing. He was going for the gold on the clean and jerk.
but he only got 156.
I think what they said to him was, they said, if you do 158 on your second, that's the gold on the clean and jerk,
Yeah.
and then you can take 160 on your third for the total. And I think that was probably the deal. And
Yeah,
because
but
he missed it on his second, they said, you've got to go for 158 because we want at least one gold medal.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that graphic is wrong, because on the body weights here, it is Wang who's actually got the gold medal because he weighed in at 55.57 and Wu weighed in at 55.65. So Wang on 281, we agree with that. Li on 280, Wu on 278, we agree with all that. And Li Zheng down on 277, that's fine, and Yang on 275. And a promising name to watch out for, Beruzi of Iran, 255.
3, 2, 1, 0.
World Weightlifting Championships, just day 2. David Goldstrom together.